Hi and welcome to Violet Connie Art. I'm going to show you my new travel palette which I have in my handbag, which is no bigger than my phone. It's a little bit thicker but it's a lot smaller. It is in this case that I used to have for an old camera that I had years ago, and I want to show you what I've got inside of it. So first of all, I've got a koi water brush in size medium, I think it is, a small travel tin, two graphite pencils, one in HB and one in 8B, a pencil sharpener, two small books that I also made. One is a watercolour book, a concertina one, which I made here, and it expands out, and also a general drawing sketchbook with just drawing paper in it that I also made, and I think it has about 28 pages in it. So it's not good quality paper. I've only been out once with this set so far, which you see in the picture just there. It was my son and the dog running on the beach. But I'm going to change the set up a little bit. So previously inside my tin I had my eraser, which also had a small bit of a kneaded eraser stuck on the bottom, so I could use both a rubber eraser as well as a kneadable eraser as I needed, a piece of card so I could do scraping techniques in watercolor, and also 3 paints. Now the reason, also in the front of the pocket I have a tissue to dab up anything that I need to or clean my brush. But previously I've had these 3 colors. So I had Winsor and Newton Cotman paints in there, and as much as I love mixing colors, I found that I didn't want to paint with them because I didn't have enough mixing space. So I had cadmium yellow hue, a permanent rose, and also a turquoise in the Cotman set. And when I went to my arts shop recently, I seen on the clearance rack, I always recommend look at the clearance rack in your art shop because they always have bargains there. I found these Van Gogh paints which were only $3, which was 50% off, so $3 Australian. And they didn't have much stock left, so I didn't have much to choose from, but I got a Azo Yellow Deep, I got a permanent orange, a permanent red, a phthalo blue. Now that was the only blue they had left. They only had 1 pan of blue and only a phthalo blue. So I was very lucky to get a blue to be able to round out this set to have 6 colors. Also, I got a sap green, which I am so very pleased about. I really like sap green, and if I'm going to take this out and about, I'm more likely to do landscapes. And also the brown that I got was a sepia, and sepia is my favorite brown color, so I'm also pleased that I got that. They didn't have any purple, so I didn't get to get purple, but that's okay. I think I've got a good selection. I cut off a strip of magnet for the bottom of each pan, as you can see here, and then I just pop them all in. The thing that I probably am the least happy about with this color selection is that the yellow and the orange are really close together, but I think out of the selection of what they had left in the clearance bin, this was probably the best little set that I could create out of that, and I'm really happy with it actually. So in the top I've made a little swatch card, and on the front I just swatch the colors out, and I'll tell you the pigment numbers. So for the Azo Yellow Deep, it's PY154 and PO43. For the orange permanent, it was PY154 and PR254. For the red, the permanent red, it is PR254 and PV19. For the phthalo blue, it was PB15. For the sap green, it is PV129 and PG7. And for the sepia, it is PBK7 and PR101. So some of you may have seen my last video where I showed my travel palette, and I'm going to leave a link to that in the card and in the description. The reason I changed over to this setup inside of the camera bag was because I had previously had a larger book and larger supplies to go in that bag, and I kept it in a Ziploc bag, and I also had a larger tin, and it just got bumped around and all ruined so much that I just didn't want to carry nice supplies in my handbag anymore. So when I came across this case that I had from an old camera, I thought it was perfect to put all of my stuff in so that it didn't get ruined. So then I customized the set to make sure that everything fit in there. Now I wanted to decorate the top of the lid, and I have vinyl stickers that I sell in my Etsy shop. I'll leave a link to those into this description. Not these ones actually, these are the vinyl stickers I put on the top of my watercolor paint sets, but I often have misprints, and this was one of the misprints, so I thought I might as well decorate the top of my tin with one of the misprints. As you can see, the little koala has a smudge from the printer which decided to smudge on top of this particular printout, but it makes it really cute for adding to my little set here. And on the back of this card I made a little color mixing chart. I'm not going to bore you with the whole entire mixing, so I'm going to just chop through it a little bit because I'm sure everyone knows how to mix a color mixing chart. The thing I was really pleased about, and I kind of had an idea that it would be the case, is that this set actually makes a really nice purple with the permanent red and the phthalo blue, so I was really happy about that. After I finished making the swatch card, and I have finished letting it dry, I covered it in a bit of packing tape so that it wouldn't stick to the actual set. So I thought I'd also show you a bit of a demonstration in the first page of my watercolor book that I made specifically to fit in this little pouch, and I'm going to do a little rabbit. And just to double check that I made a good purple, I decided to make the rabbit purple, because why not? Purple rabbits, that would be cool. If we could get purple rabbits. So I am starting out by just mixing the colors here, and the glue that I use on these little concertina books, or any of the books that I bind for watercolor, I always use a water resistant glue so that it doesn't lift when you paint on it. Otherwise that'd be very annoying, like a PVA glue or a white glue would lift. So I use another one that is actually more often used for gemstones, and so that way I can paint with water, as much water on it as I like, and not have to worry about the paint lift, the adhesive. In normal Connie style, this is actually a video that I had filmed so long ago, and I had edited it ages ago and actually forgot about it, and the only part I needed to do was the voiceover, so I thought I should probably upload it. So that's what I am doing today, and it's really nice to look back on what I was doing quite a few weeks ago and getting it ready to put up online. And I think that this little rabbit is cute. Unfortunately, my car died about a week ago now, probably a bit over a week ago, and it went to the wreckers, so I am without a vehicle because I can't afford to get a new one, so I can't go out traveling and making art at the moment, which is a shame because I have this beautiful cute little art set to take out with me. But hopefully it won't be more than maybe a few more weeks at most, hopefully fingers crossed a month, before I can afford to get a new vehicle, and I'll be back on the road, and I'm sure I'll go out traveling and take a day trip somewhere and do some painting, which would be absolutely awesome after being homebound for so long. So yes, yay for travel art kits, but not yay for not having a car. So yeah, at the end here I used a white gel pen, which is kind of cheating because I don't have a white gel pen in my bag. I always do carry a black ballpoint pen and in my bag as well, so if I want to ever line anything I can. This guy actually lined in a sepia marker, a sepia liner pen if I remember correctly. And this is the little set here. I am packing it up and putting it back into my bag so it all fits neatly, and actually there's room to spare, so I could actually fit a lot more in here if I wanted, but I kind of like it being there a little bit less so I don't have to really shuffle to find things. Oh, in the top of the paint set too, that's a makeup sponge which fits perfectly in the top so that I can wash my brush out on, my water brush, which is brilliant. The pencils fit nicely down the side, and so does the water brush pen, and then I leave the brush part on the top. The kneadable eraser, so it doesn't get dirty, I wedge into the back of the sharpener and pop in the top, and away I go. It's no bigger than my phone and fits right in my handbag and ready for when I get a car and go out painting. Oh, also there's links to all of the materials in the description and my last travel palette video as well if you want to check that out. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe as always, and hit the little bell so you're notified every single time I put a new video up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.